Mko na bloopers by the way.
Uko na mtu ama nikutafutie?
Mmerecord bloopers.
Tuko nazo mingi.
Nice.
GEM Campus is more than a ministry. It's a place where young people find belonging, build lasting friendships, and grow in their walk with God. In the midst of campus life and everyday challenges, it creates space for authentic worship, meaningful conversations, and life-changing encounters with Christ. Through discipleship, mentorship, and community, the youth are encouraged to discover their purpose, strengthen their faith, and make a positive impact wherever they are. As each new Sunday service brings new faces and new opportunities, GEM Campus continues to shape a generation that is passionate about God and committed to living out His love in the world around them. Welcome to the story of GEM Campus.
Hello, good people. Boniface Minor here, and glad to be here. The youth pastor, Pcea Syokimau Youth GEM.
So, Pasi, can you tell us your experience being the pastor and the youth coordinator of GEM Campus?
Great. So, GEM, just like it has been described, is a family, and my experience would be described in one word, and that is unity in purpose. That is one of the driving force behind GEM. And my experience, June 28th, I should be marking 1 year since I joined GEM, and it has been a great year. A great year working with wonderful and supportive leaders and youth full of enthusiasm, and I'm grateful.
So, what inspired the idea of building GEM Campus?
The idea of building the GEM Campus came as a revelation to the Pcea Syokimau elders when we were looking for a space actually to host some visitors, that we are looking for a car park, and we went forth to look for somewhere that we could clear and get a car park. But we were informed that the same land was ready for disposal, and when we went there, we made a prayer, and it was a genuine prayer unto the Lord that may your will be done within us, and indeed granted us that is where the GEM Campus initial idea came from. And I remember one of our elders saying that even if we get this, we can make a good space for our youth and the young ones. And it came to pass in less than a year.
Okay, Victor, what does serving at GEM mean to you?
Service to me is a point of gratitude, because I believe from the many things that I have had in my life, I find service is a point of giving thanks to God, because I've seen the hand of God in my life, in my personal life, and so I choose service as a point of giving back to the society and giving back to God.
Can you tell us how Jesus and Me, we came up with the name Jesus and Me?
I remember it was one particular Sunday evening. We were at the old youth vestry, where the whole office, and we were trying to come up with, or we were trying to rebrand ourselves as the youth ministry. We were sampling a couple of names that would link us to our maker, and that is how we came up with GEM, which means Jesus and Me, and it is personalized because it is Jesus and me, Jesus and you, Jesus and another person, and that is how we came up with GEM.
Do you remember the exact moment our vision became real?
Yes. I'd say the Saturday before we had our official service on that side, we all came here and construction wasn't even yet done, but just seeing the dream all come together, that was the moment that we saw. Yes.
Describe Jam with one word.
Loving. The reason as to why I'm saying loving, it's because since I came to Jam, I feel more loved, appreciated, treasured. They make you feel at home. You feel like you belong there. I love the way you are accommodated, the way they welcome you. That makes you feel in your way you are loved from where you are, the way you are.
How did you first hear about the Jam campus?
I first heard about the Jam campus when I freshly moved into Syokimau with my family. And I first attended the main service at Pcea Syokimau when I then heard that there's a youth branch of the church that I decided to join.
What made you stay?
The love. These people are very lovely. I really love how welcoming the Jam campus is to everyone. There's no discrimination. They create a space for you to feel like you're at home, where you just enter the gate and all your burdens are just light. There's so much love.
And what problem were you trying to solve when you started Jam?
A problem we are trying to solve is, one, we wanted to create or make everyone feel that they can have a personal relationship with God. That is why, again, I repeat, it is Jesus and me. It doesn't matter how far you feel that you are from God, but when you say that name, Jesus and me, just to know that you have a personal relationship with God. Another one is a way we're also trying to create an environment where, as the young people, we would feel seen, will feel seen and loved by Christ in our different ways and in the different capabilities that we are in.
How has that energy shifted as you have moved to Jam over the 1 year that you've been there?
Great. I've seen youth that now have discovered their talent, youth that are willing to serve, and youth that are passionate about being in the Jam space. And I've also realized our visibility on our socials, and that is one of the things that at least, and not just even from the testimonies in Jam. I have been in other places before, and by them seeing our content in the socials and what the youth are doing, we've gotten a lot of testimonies from out there. So we are looking forward to even more energy. And now that we have a youth who are discovering what they can do and their passion, that becomes a good stepping stone.
And what inspired the beginning of the Jam campus?
I'd say we were looking for somewhere where the youth can run to, a home where they can always feel welcomed and loved and cherished, somewhere where there was no judgment, somewhere where they could meet God to his fullest, and where fellowship can grow and be built to bigger friendships and relationships.
What happens behind the scenes where people never see, what people never see?
Long meetings, sometimes meetings that extend for more than 6 hours. A lot of trying to find different people who are going to support us financially. A lot of kunyenyekea when you are asking people to lead or be part of the service. But a lot of love and sharing amongst ourselves, amongst the leaders, and even amongst the youth.
What did people say when you first shared this vision?
When first shared the vision, especially to the fellow congregants, they felt like we were biting too big. They also felt like we've disheartened the initial project of the main church building, and they felt like the youth ministry was not yet grown to have a campus of their own. But we never lost hope. We never gave up because we were not looking at that particular time. We were looking at the days that we are living today and in the years to come. They weren't satisfied, they weren't convinced at the start, but I'm sure today when they look at it, they see God's grace in that step that we took.
Was there ever a moment that you thought this wouldn't happen?
No. From the word go, I knew it was a voice from God, even from the prayers that we made at that particular praise. And we even end a photo holding hands, making a prayer unto the Lord. It was the first day we stepped on that land, and it was the first day that we mentioned a campus in that land, and it was the first day that we took the first action on that particular land. So I was fully convinced that this had come from the Lord, and indeed it was going to be established according to his plans.
What keeps the team united?
I believe the love for Christ is what keeps us together. According to our name, JAM, Jesus and Me, that is the common point of all the youth who come to service and who come to church. And I believe that is what keeps us here together, the love that we have for Christ.
Over time, JAM Campus has become a place where worship feels alive, personal, and deeply meaningful. It has created an atmosphere where young people can freely lift their voices, open their hearts, and experience God in a way that speaks to their everyday lives. Through music, prayer, fellowship, and genuine moments of connection, worship has moved beyond routine and become a true encounter with Christ. For many youths, JAM Campus has been a turning point, a space where faith has grown stronger, hearts have been renewed, and a deeper hunger for God has been awakened.
How have you seen lives change over the past year?
When we started JAM, we didn't have numbers. We honestly didn't have numbers. And we used to average, at the period that the high schoolers have closed, we used to average a number of around 20, 27 people. Right now, we've seen numbers of up to 150 youth. And that is impactful in terms of the kind of services that we are having here and the kind of lives that have been changed. I've seen people who never used to want to do anything in terms of service in church, are the ones who are leading praise and worship. People who never wanted to be affiliated with church things are the ones who are doing recordings in church. People who never wanted to be part of anything are very focused and trying to find somewhere to serve in church. So I've seen number of lives getting changed from just JAM.
So what does this campus represent to you today?
It's a community, a family. Let me just say a family instead of community. Because we come, we share our problems, we laugh, we cry sometimes. We tell each other stories here and there where people get inspired by what you're telling them and what you're contributing also. I just love the way we bond. It's a great bond. The way we just work together. I love it.
Kindly share some of the sacrifices that we went through in order to start JAM Campus.
Oh, there are so many sacrifices that have been made. There are so many discussions that were made. Initially, it was supposed to be a very temporary structure that was to be reigned there. But when we went there was a need for the excavation, and the budget kept on growing. But God was gracious in the provisions. There was a time we literally stopped everything at the main service to see to it that the JAM campus and come to be a place that could be used. And there is a time that we spent a lot of hours at the in the meetings, deciding on how to see this happen, and those sacrifices, indeed, they were worthy, and they have given fruits, and they have yield fruits that we can all admire.
We are about to celebrate our 1-year anniversary. What are the key takers that you have now achieved? What are the key takers that you have taken now that we are about to achieve this major milestone?
One, the discovery of who we are. That actually is a very major highlight, because from the discovery of who we are able to build more on that. Two, the aspect of a family. And the youth not just feeling as if it's just a normal youth service, a normal Sunday, but being part of a larger family. So that is another great hallmark that we need to appreciate. And third, JAM having room for everyone. You know, talking of the JAM science, talking of the JAM justice, talking of the football club and many other departments, that one has created more room for everyone to be involved.
Now that we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary, what are a few takeaways that you've gotten from our first year at JAM?
The greatest takeaway, there are so many, but the greatest takeaway that I've taken from the JAM is that it didn't, our steps and our days were ordained even before we were born. And JAM campus was ordained even before Syokimau came into happening. But when it's God's time, it's surely everything that was ordained shall happen. And it only needed a JAM campus for us to see the youth ministry grow. We've moved from literally numbers that were countable by our grants to numbers that we even need to go and source for chairs for us to accommodate all. The sanctuary that was made a year ago today, when we have the schools closed, is fully occupied. So there is so much that we have in our youth. We only need to give them their space and give them time and empower them, and they are the game changers in this community.
Now, Pasi, let me ask you, what is your favorite JAM memory?
My favorite JAM memory, let me say that would be the place of being involved in terms of the pastor when it comes to the youth. I appreciate my place in JAM and the place of being involved in the life of our youth. So that one gives me a purpose every day. Every day when I talk about Pcea Syokimau, the first thing that comes into mind is the wonderful people that God has given me to shepherd. So that is one. And second, it's every day that we are holding the JAM service and seeing members who come early and who are ready to be involved in one way or the other. It tells me of the future that we are preparing for. The youth that are not afraid to serve, the youth that are enthusiastic about what they do, and the youth that are promising about, creating or building a better future.
So as we plan for our anniversary, is there anything to look forward to?
Yes, I'm looking for a repeat of that day when the balloons went out and we were blessed to have a JAM campus there. I'm so excited to see what has happened. I'm looking forward to see those ministries being launched even as they move on. I'm looking forward to see the growth that has been there. I'm looking forward to see those youths that have grown spiritually, that have grown even in responsibilities, that JAM campus that has expanded so much, and those departments that are there and the work that they are doing.
Thank you, Allah.
You're most welcome, and thank you. May JAM campus live forever.
As we reflect on this journey, we're reminded that JAM campus is more than a ministry. It is a family, a place where strangers become friends, where faith is strengthened, where worship comes alive, and where young people discover the hope and purpose found in Christ. Every testimony, every song, every prayer, and every shared moment has become part of a story that God is still writing. To everyone who has walked this journey with us, our youths, leaders, volunteers, church family, and every person who has prayed, served, and supported this vision, thank you. Your encouragement, commitment, and love have made this first year a beautiful testimony of God's faithfulness. And as we look to the future, our hearts are filled with expectation. We pray that God will continue to lead Jam Campus into even greater moments of growth, deeper worship, stronger friendships, and transformed lives. May the years ahead be filled with even more lives touched, more hearts drawn to Christ, and more stories that bring glory to His name. Thank you for being part of the story of Jam Campus. This is only the beginning, and we can't wait to see what God has in store next.